Hey, what's up, friends and family? How's it going? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I tried to watch Saturday Night Live last night, but I just could not stay up. But apparently, Michael Che made a joke on Weekend Update that some people didn't like. In fact, some people took it as being anti-Semitic. Let's give it a quick listen.
Israel is reporting that they vaccinated half of their population. And I'm going to guess it's the Jewish half.
So you can kind of hear some people, should we laugh at this? A joke against the Jewish people? Oh, I don't know about it. You hear some people going, oh, a little touchy subject. And of course, it was met by a lot of back and forth about people saying that this is anti-Semitic. If you look at, this Fox News article, there are plenty of tweets saying Michael Che being blatantly anti-Semitic on SNL. How is this okay, in all caps? Someone else writes, really? At SNL? That Israel joke from Michael Che is not, in all caps, okay. But then you also had some people that were backing him up. They said, leave Michael Che alone. If you're upset about that joke, wait until you learn about discrimination in Israel. And I take the side of the people that are supporting Michael Che. First, let's start with this. Let's look at the Anti-Defamation League, which is basically they support, fighting for the Jewish people. And they say that anti-Semitism, this is their definition, is the belief or behavior or the behavior hostile toward Jews just because they are Jewish. It may take the form of religious teachings that proclaim the inferiority of Jews, for instance, or political efforts to isolate, oppress, or otherwise injure them. It may also include prejudiced or stereotyped views about the Jews, which none of that, in my mind, what Michael Che just said in his joke on Saturday Night Live was anti-Semitic. There was no belief or behavior hostile toward them. He was, in my mind, stating a fact. And it is a fact because there are many articles that have said that the Israelis are withholding the vaccine, at least surplus vaccines, from the Palestinians. There was even a joint statement that went out back in December, and I will read it to you. It says, as the Israeli healthcare system begins the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines to the Israeli public, we, the undersigned organizations, urge the Israeli authorities to live up to their legal obligations and ensure that quality vaccines be provided to Palestinians living under Israeli occupation and control in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip as well. And there's a lot of history of, Israeli and Jewish and the Jewish settlements in the Gaza Strip, and just the fact of talking about it can probably get you canceled. So I'm like walking on eggshells here. But the bottom line is, the Israeli Ministry of Health, as this is stating, has not yet publicly formulated an allocation policy that includes reserving specific amounts for Palestinians in the occupied Palestinian territory, also known as the OPT, nor has it established a timeline for the transfer of these vaccines. However, Article 56 of the Fourth Geneva Convention specifically provides that an occupier has the duty of ensuring the adoption and application of the prophylactic and preventive measures necessary to combat the spread of contagious diseases and epidemics. And of course, I think many Jewish people will say that we are not occupying, this is our land. And the whole story, we can go all the way back to biblical times. And this was signed by 10 Israeli and Palestinian and international health and human rights organizations. So this wasn't just like some sort of one-sided, this is against the Jewish people. No, this was signed by Adalah, the Legal Center for Arab Minority Rights in Israel, Al-Mazan Center for Human Rights, Amnesty International Israel, the Israeli Information Center for Human Rights in the occupied territories, Legal Center for Freedom of Movement, Lawyers for Palestinian Human Rights, Medical Human Rights, basically a lot of signatories on this. So again, I go back to saying there was nothing about this that was anti-Semitic. It was supposed to be a joke, but it is based in fact. And if you cannot handle that, then maybe you need to take a closer look at what's happening there and what has been happening to Palestinians that live there and should be treated fairly as human beings who are all trying to survive a pandemic. Like, just give the people the damn vaccine and stop making this about politics. Stop making it about economics. Stop making it about anything other than we are all human at the end of the day, and we need to save each other's lives. And that's where I'll end this story. Let me know what you think, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.